figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they
Und damit, meine Freunde, ein recht herzliches Willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Steelrising. Wir sind wieder hier, denn jetzt mit diesem Kletterhaken kommen wir natürlich jetzt hier hoch in ein Gebiet, welches wir noch nicht erkundet haben und wo wir sowieso lang müssen, denn sonst können wir eine Nebenmission nicht abschließen, die hier zu finden ist. Athenas Versteck oder wie das Ding heißt. Und das ist der Bossraum. Hä? Sind wir überhaupt richtig? Irgendwie nicht, ne? Da war der Bossraum. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass wir hier rausgekommen sind, so. Wie kommen wir denn da nach hinten? Jetzt wird ein Schuh draus, ne, Freunde? Langsam aber sicher wird ein Schuh draus. Oh yeah. Wo müssen wir da hin?
Athenaeus' hiding place. A fight took place here. Franciscus Antonius. What unusual names. Whose cane could this be? Perhaps the guests at the Cordelier can enlighten me. Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
Franciscus Antonius. Do these names mean anything anything specific to you?
Francois Antoine. Hold on. Of course. That's the master arquebusier who killed the beast of Gévaudan. The affair took place during the reign of Louis the Beloved, just a few leagues from the castle where I grew up. I was still a young boy, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It caused a stir all over the country.
I doubt that it has anything to do with my case.
I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that.
Monsieur Necker,
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
I'm not done investigating yet.
Don't give up. Remember that that's in the Faubourg Saint-Germain. As for the bonds...
Monsieur Necker,
Madame?
do the names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
No, nothing at all. I'm very sorry that I'm of no help to you.
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare for me?
Certainly, mon père. I am listening.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion, like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work.
The alchemist?
Precisely, mon ami. And this leads me to fear the worst.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger to us all.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in Heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Oh dear. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his lapis philosophorum.
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, despite the mystery surrounding it. But now they're no longer there to protect it.
What is the lapis philosophorum, mon père?
The Philosopher's Stone. Where do I begin? No one knows its true nature, or even what it might look like. All that is known is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost. We need to know for certain.
But how? There are automats everywhere.
Aegis,
Oui, mon père.
will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitent's door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year, I had the honor and good fortune to lead the procession. Here is the key.
Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
Let's see. Francois Antoine. No, that doesn't mean anything to me, I'm afraid. Désolé, ma chère.
Goodbye, mon père. My respects, Monseigneur.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon, Aegis. We missed you when we had to leave our shelter at Place Saint-Méry. The path that led us to this convent was not an easy one, believe me.
Do the four names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
The Franciscan order, perhaps?
Go on.
Franciscus Assisiensis, the founder of the order, and Antonius Patavinus, one of its most illustrious members. I'm sorry, Aegis, but that's all I can think of.
Did you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
No, not yet.
Remember, it's by Les Halles, just west of the Marché des Innocents.
What is the aim of this organization?
We publish articles and exert our influence on those who are in a position to improve the lot of our unfortunate brethren. Our numbers grow by the day, and we have many illustrious members, such as the Comte de Mirabeau and the Marquis de Lafayette. But it was Monsieur Brissot and the abbot that founded the group.
Good old Brissot. Shouldn't he be here by now?
Yes, mon père. He should have arrived hours ago. Alas, there has been no sign of him.
I hope to God that no misfortune has befallen him.
What fate does the kingdom reserve for those with black skin?
According to tradition, any enslaved person who sets foot on French soil is freed.
This rule is most problematic in the eyes of planters in the colonies, who would seek to maintain their precious labor force.
This is why, for the past 12 years, no black people have been allowed to disembark in any of the kingdom's ports. Those who accompany their masters on the journey are imprisoned in the Admiralty's jails the moment they leave the ship. As for those who manage to evade the authorities, they live in fear of the raids carried out by the Marshalsea.
Are you not subject to these laws, Monsieur Raymond?
I am fortunate enough to have been born a subject of the king through my father, and also to have received an education, and to be wealthy.
Naturally, that makes all the difference.
You are quite a long way from home, Monsieur Raymond.
I haven't been back to Saint-Domingue in nearly 5 years. I left my most trusted men in charge of overseeing my indigo plantation. I came to France with the aim of having an audience with the king. I hoped to convince him to use his automats for agricultural work. I was of the belief that this was the best way to ease the suffering of our enslaved brethren. Alas, it was all for naught. I was only able to get an audience with the Minister of the Navy, and even that was granted reluctantly. Later, when the king convened the Estates General, my hopes were renewed. I saw it as an opportunity to make our voices heard. And then, mon Dieu, what a disaster, Aegis. What a complete disaster.
I found a cane inscribed with the name Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
No, I'm sorry.
Monsieur B. Does the name Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
We scholars have the strange habit of adopting names from antiquity. I imagine that we're actually looking for someone named Francois Antoine. But no matter how hard I think, I'm afraid it doesn't ring a bell.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you, Aegis?
I did not find the weapon.
It's near.
Did the names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
No, nothing really.
Francois Antoine, maybe?
No, nothing with that name either. I'm sorry, madame.
Goodbye, Monsieur.
So how is Monsieur Marat?
I haven't met him yet.
He is your only chance to reach the Bastille, Aegis. You must speak to him.
Were you present when the Estates General was dissolved?
Oui, madame. I had a front row seat. I witnessed what it cost to defy the crown. We laid bare before the king the abject misery of his subjects. It was more than he could suffer. So he had the people's representatives dispersed by means of bayonets. At least we only had to contend with soldiers made of flesh and blood. Positively angelic compared to the machines that have swept through Paris.
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots would not be able to fight.
Why is that?
Most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They are seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not lose consciousness go mad or perish on the spot. This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mentioned share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred fire.
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness, perhaps? Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime, were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I am now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory, and that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion, without needing a key to wind them.
Paternoster quies in celis sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metals. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very good. Tiens, donc, tungsten and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to break this alloy?
Break it? Certainly not. But a mineral acid could change its structure. Melt it, perhaps. I would recommend sulfuric acid, or vitriol, if you prefer to use its common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He uses similar substances in his research.
Monsieur B. Would you happen to know where I could find some vitriol?
Sulfuric acid? Of course. Combined with sea salt and green copperas, we use it to polish the lenses of our telescopes. But I don't know how much we have. You would need to go to the Louvre and take a look at the observatory's storeroom to find out.
If you will allow me to.
Of course, madame. Here is the key.
I have not yet...
As I...
Goodbye, Monsieur B. Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, don't remember. That's in the... As for the book...
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening.
Good...
How is your research on Nicholas?
I have done nothing.
Don't take too long. Don't forget that the church isn't...
Goodbye,
What...
Goodbye.
Allez.
Did you go to the hotel? Remember,
Das ist jetzt kritisch. Warum kann ich nicht mehr mit ihm interagieren? Nur wegen dieses Vitrolkacks? Zum Glück sind wir hier fertig, ey. Jetzt sollte ich eigentlich der Königin diese Entdeckung mitteilen. Aber eigentlich so gar keinen Bock, zur Königin zu gehen. Reisen. Oh Gott, jetzt habe ich überall Missionen. Vitrol beschaffen. Ja, wir gehen eigentlich nur wegen des Vitrols dorthin. Der Panzerschrank in den Tolerien untersuchen. Ja gut, deswegen können wir eigentlich auch reingehen. Ist einfach die Frage, wie wir am besten vorgehen.
Then I should be able to enter it through the courtyard.
Ah, komm schon. Geh weg. Viel zu easy. Aha. Nee, sehe ich nicht ein. Ah, da waren wir ja immer noch nicht drin. Aha. Auch so, gleich 3 Stück. Oh. Oh, das finde ich sehr gut. Töte deinen eigenen Kollegen. So. Hä? Ah. Oi. Da waren wir schon mal. Nee. Ah, hier. Voilà. Und du? Au. Au. So. Ah ja, das war der Typ. Mit dem komme ich mittlerweile easier klar als mit diesen fetten Dingern. Aber gut. Chemiekapseln, so. Oh, hi. Ah, das ist jetzt die andere Seite der Medaille. Ja. I see, I see. Oh, scheiße, jetzt habe ich... Das war jetzt eigentlich nicht gewollt. Ach, egal. Wir haben definitiv das Ding hier erreicht. Oh. Au. Kannst wieder rausgehen. Und weg. Was ist eigentlich hier oben? Auf jeden Fall ein Dach. Verbesserte Lärmgranate, mehr nicht. Hier kommst du auch nicht durch. Das war eigentlich nur dafür da. Okay. Haben wir. Aha. Oh. Verpiss dich, Kollege. Einfach mal sowas reinknallen. So, dann sind wir hier oben. Sehr geil. Moment. Hier rüber. Nehmen wir mit. Horrorfit-Kette. Gusseisen 3 Stück. Oh, hi. Nee, nee. Au. Au. Nein! Oh Gott. Ja, jetzt bist du eh schon halb tot. Bro. Das finde ich schön. Ich kann doch jetzt hier nicht runterfallen. Können wir noch mal drüber reden? Wieder eine Kutschenmarke, sehr gut. Dankeschön.
The lock wasn't forced. Whoever opened it had the key. Monsieur Necker's bonds are still there. There's something engraved on it. H.G. Riquetti. Comte de Mirabeau. Safe left behind the most valuable thing in it. This doesn't make sense.
Oh. So. Au, hör auf. Ei. Ich will noch das Vitrol beschaffen. Hier. Ha.
steel yourself, Claude. Just be thankful you got out alive.
I'm still in pretty bad shape.
Et puis quoi? Don't you think it was worth it? This tunnel is a gold mine. With what we've managed to gather, we'll be set for a long time.
Monsieur,
Huh? Who goes there?
Oh, so, let's get the hell out of here! Run, Claude! Run if you can!
Oh, my lure! I told you we'd get caught!
have just come from the Tuileries. The Armoire de Fer has been ransacked.
Diable. Someone beat us to it. This is very unfortunate. God only knows what we would have found there.
Whoever it was had to fight for it. I found a body there, killed by automats.
Mon Dieu. How dreadful.
Dreadful indeed. Especially since I discovered this in the victim's hand.
And what is that, pray tell?
A dueling pistol, with your name engraved on its plate.
Oh, May we? You're right. It is my pistol. It was stolen along with a number of other things. It happened just before the Estates General at my lodgings in Versailles. But how on earth did my weapon end up in the hands of this poor soul?
I am certain we will find an explanation. Those letters you have. You were about to throw them in the fire, weren't you?
They belong to me, and I shall do with them as I see fit. I don't have to explain myself to you.
I do find it curious how you left the convent without telling anyone. How those letters seem to weigh so heavily in your hands. I don't know if you went to the Armoire de Fer in person, but I do know that you're behind the theft.
How dare you accuse me? I didn't know that this Armoire de Fer even existed.
You're lying. You will tell me the truth, willingly or by force.
Just how do you intend to force me? Do you think I fear you? I, who had the courage to defy 8 centuries of monarchy at the Estates General? Do as you please, but you won't get anything more from me.
Whether willingly or by force, you will tell me.
You're wasting your time. I repeat, your threats do not frighten.
Ja gut, wahrscheinlich habe ich das jetzt komplett verkackt, ne? Das ist jetzt dümmer. Und da wir hier in einem Souls-like-Spiel sind, ne? Verkackt. Egal, was willst du tun? Also für mich ist er schuldig. Dafür brauche ich kein Gericht. Was haben wir hier noch? Hotel Marciac umsehen, Nikolaus Flams Krypta betreten. Dann haben wir hier noch Nebenaufgabe, was? Also wir haben hier noch eine Korrespondenz. Ändert aber nichts an der Tatsache, oder?
carved tree. I might be able to stop this experiment.
Figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my